Hi guys, I just wanted to share this with you before I put it all together. These are the component parts for my rolling ball sculpture. Everything I do is going to be a 5-minute job until I start it, and this has taken much longer than I anticipated, and that's largely because I decided to make the sculpture using brass. So I wanted something that essentially was all brass, as I see these little copper structures that people make, and it's a bit flimsy with silver, with 60-40 solder. Lead tin solder, whereas this is all brazed together with high temperature braze alloy, and the braze alloy is pretty much the same colour as the brass material. I've used Johnson Matthey Easy Flow 2, I think the wire is, and using Johnson Matthey Easy Flow flux. So that's the outer spiral that will carry the balls up, and that's the inner spiral that simply goes round and drives the balls up this spiral. That's my slipping clutch. That's the spring that I made for the clutch. Everything here is, I made it myself. Everything's had 4 coats of clear lacquer, which has taken quite a long time to deal with. These are my individual spacers that will separate the layers, and when I say spacer, I don't want to see this studded. This is my baseboard, and I've used 6mm or M6 studding, so that's steel studding, galvanized steel, but I don't want to see that, so everything's going to be sleeved, and then the thread at the top will be covered with a domed brass nut. So say they're component parts, that's the motor. I think I have shown you this before, but this is a 220 volt mains electric motor with 50 hertz in the UK, and this is a 10 revs per minute motor, so slow motor, and so that's 1 revolution every 6 seconds, so a ball will be delivered into the system every 6 seconds. I've been able to get a nice brass switch to operate the motor. I went for this synchronous motor because a motor like that should have a good life. If you use a universal motor, a motor with brushes, they have a limited life, a DC motor, and I want this thing to last for years. It's a capacitor for the motor. Nice thing with this motor is, depending on how you wire it up, how the capacitor is placed, you can make the motor go clockwise or anti-clockwise. Mains cable, mains plug, 3-amp fuse. I'd never put protect a motor like that with a 13-amp fuse. I'd always put a 3-amp fuse in it, and again the various components. other than the switch and the motor, I've made everything myself. That's my bearing arrangement for this top mechanism, which you'll see. The only thing I haven't made yet is I'm going to be joining some of the tracks together using this M3 3mm studding, and on some of the tracks at the end I've got this arrangement where I shall be using this loop at the bottom there to connect that to its neighbouring track. What else have we got? Oh, the 6mm brass nuts, 3mm brass nuts, 6mm washers, the domed domed knots to go on the top of this studding. So I say the idea is I won't see any studding. I've put rubber feet on the bottom there, and I've got a hole there where the cable will come out and the cable grip will hold it. The marbles, these are 15.5mm glass marbles. It's been interesting. Some of these have been and I'm going to say misformed. Some of them were not perfectly spherical. Some of them have obviously been rolled when the glass is cool and they've got sort of ridges in them. So I've had to sort those out a bit just to make sure I haven't got any poor ones in place. And okay, what I'll do is I'm going to start assembling this now. So it's been a long time coming, and I think I might even be glad to see the back of it. But I don't want this rolling ball sculpture. I simply wanted the joy of designing it and making it. But it has been quite an exercise, and normally once I start something, I like to see it through. But there are times where part way through I thought, why am I doing this? Something that came as a total surprise to me was the fact that the individual components are so tactile. It's got everything's got at least 4 coats of this Rustins metal lacquer, and it's got a smooth, shiny, velvety feel to it. But each component is quite tactile. I think it might be that if you've seen my other videos, I like to make jewellery, and it's inevitable that I want to finish things with the same sort of quality. It's hard to just braze something and leave lumps on it. So I think, although not intentionally, the parts have just this feel, and I've got to say, quality. It feels nice. It's almost a pity to assemble it into what is a lump, as it were. As I say, it just surprised me that it should come together like that. But anyway, that's just me romanticising over it, I suppose. all being well, the next video will be showing you the working model and some of the details that are the finished sculpture. But I wanted to share with you a couple of things that I've found out or I realised, and some tools that I've sort of modified. Normally when you get a pair of pointed nose pliers, what I'd call snipe nose pliers, with a curve in them, they're curved in this fashion. But for my silversmithing work, jewellery making, I've modified a pair of pliers to go the other way, so the bend is sort of in sympathy with the pivot point. And these have been extremely useful in getting into awkward places and twisting bits of metal. They've been useful. Something else I've found useful is these are a pair of 10-inch pliers, and I've modified these in as much as I've shaped the jaws of them, so I've actually ground them such that I've got a convex and a concave side to those, and they are extremely useful if I've got to change the shape of something down there and I can't get in to bend it easily. These allow me to bend a piece of metal. This is 2.5 millimeter diameter brass wire, and that's very convenient to be able to do that. Now, I actually made these pliers, or modified these pliers, for when I was doing stained glass work. I use these for actually cracking the glass. And I put 2 bolts in there. This one limits the amount of opening so as they don't drop open too wide all the time, which can be a real pain. And the other bolt there, that actually limits the amount of closure that you get. I had to heat these up to red heat to anneal the body of the pliers in order to be able to drill and tap them, as they were extremely hard. But as I say, they've been very helpful. Something else which I've found useful, these are circlip pliers. So these are the sort of thing that's used for, again, they're sort of counter opening. They open outwards rather than inwards, and that's for opening up circlips. But they've been very useful when I want to get into some awkward spot and open up a bit of track. Being able to get in there, and it's just very convenient. Anyway, they've been very helpful to me. You know, sometimes it's just not convenient to get in with a conventional pair of pliers, and these have allowed me to open things up. Anyway, as I say, the next video I'll show you the finished sculpture. Thanks for watching, guys. All the very best. Bye.